well thought out to the extent that we could Uber.
Watch your mouth.
Explosive moments inside a Milford courtroom during the sentencing hearing for the man who pleaded guilty to killing a Milford mother with an axe. 45-year-old Ewan DeWitt cursing at the state's attorney. It happened as she argued his actions were not impulsive, as his defense tried to claim.
And he will now begin his 40-year sentence in a state prison. NBC Connecticut's Jennifer Cuevas was inside the courtroom for that explosive action that happened, and for these developments, she joins us live outside Milford Superior Court. Hi, Jen.
Hey there, Kevin and Amber. Well, as you just saw there were very high emotions inside of the courtroom during this sentencing hearing, and multiple court marshals were brought in and had to stay for the remainder of the hearing just to make sure that everything was okay. But, you know, interestingly enough, we did hear DeWitt apologize to the Minogue family just moments before that outburst, but clearly his anger was still very present in the courtroom.
Our lives will never be the same because of him. My wishes are that he gets what he deserves. I hope he rots in hell.
I'm wearing purple to honor her today because she tried with everything she had to protect herself and those boys. My sister wasn't the only one killed that evening. A part of each one of us was killed.
Family members of the late Julie Minogue, a Milford mother of 3, spoke out in the sentencing hearing for 45-year-old Ewan DeWitt. Minogue's eldest son, who was not in Connecticut when his mother was killed, addressed DeWitt directly.
You didn't just kill our mom, you exposed what kind of pathetic, hollow excuse of a human being you are. A failure of a man, a failure of a father, a failure of a son, a failure of a brother, and most of all, failure at life.
DeWitt was charged with murder and risk of injury to a child after killing Minogue in December of 2022. While 2 of her children were home. He accepted a 40-year plea deal in March. His attorney attempting to provide an explanation of why DeWitt did what he did, mentioning a history of PTSD, depression, drug use, and alcohol.
He lost control, and he acted impulsively in rage and anger.
The court then heard from DeWitt himself.
I want to say I'm sorry. I snapped.
State's attorney Margaret Kelly then went back on the record to clarify DeWitt's actions were not impulsive but rather planned, prompting DeWitt to stand up in anger as several court marshals stood around him. Now, DeWitt was taken back into custody by the court marshals. It is important to note he was offered that 40-year plea deal to avoid the Minogue family from reliving these traumatic events. Reporting live in Milford, Jennifer Cuevas, NBC Connecticut News. Back to you guys.
Jennifer, thank you.